Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Patrick Precourt. Welcome to this week's Friday Coffee Break. Great to have you guys here as always. Hey, really quick announcement. We're doing a awesome mind-twisting call next Thursday night. Open to the public. Doesn't cost you anything. And it's a no pitch, no nothing to buy type call. It's just pure content. I'm going to challenge your brains a little. Going to unwind some poor thinking and really reprogram with some amazing growth thinking. You're going to love this stuff. If you go to my site, patrickprecourt.com, you can find a link to sign up for it, patrickprecourt.com. So, with that said, this week's Friday Coffee Break. So this one comes out of a conversation I had this morning with somebody at a coffee shop. They had asked me, in kind of an informal interview, said, Pat, what would be a few things you would go back and tell yourself if you're maybe in your 20s, just starting out, just starting to get active in business? And I thought about it for a second. You know what kind of funny when you get put on a spot, immediately you draw a blank. But then when you unwind, like the first thought, they just start flowing. And it did. It just... Anyways, I just want to share a few of them with you. Maybe 5 of them or so that really stuck out to me that... boy, I wish I knew when I started out. So the first one goes like this. The very first thing, this is kind of when it's the first one that came to mind. Number one is enjoy the ride. Enjoy the whole ride. And what I mean by that is we will go through some crappy times, some challenges, some hard spots, some things that at the time we wish we could undo, take away, reverse the clock on. When in fact, those become the most significant, the most impactful, the most profound experiences that change and transform and grow us. And of course, we don't realize that till after the fact, till we're looking back on them. I mean, look back on your own. Some of the things at the time that hurt the most, that were the most painful, the most scary, the ones that really made us, question who's looking out for us. Yet once we get through them, and we're after the experience, we start to see why we had to go through that to become the person we are now. So the lesson I would teach myself, the Pat at 47 would teach the Pat at 20 would be, enjoy that process. Don't make it so hard. Embrace it for what it is. Get to the truth of it. Accept it as bad as it is, but don't make it worse than it is. And understand that although you don't see it now, you will see later how the dots connect, as Steve Jobs said in his infinite wisdom in his speech that he gave, a commencement speech. We will see in the future, looking back, we'll see how the dots connect. So number one, enjoy the ride. Number two, this is an important one, never look back. Stop looking over our shoulder. We will screw things up. We will make mistakes. There's a reason why the rearview mirror in our car is only 5% of the entire windshield, because so little in our past is relative to us going forward. And you say, well, Pat, what about all those bad things we just went through and you said they're so important? Yeah, what's important is the learning lesson out of it, not the event. The learning lesson. Separate the two. The event is what it is. Better yet, it is what it was. But the learning lesson is what we carry forward. And once we have that in front of us, we don't have to look back to it. That's part of who we are. Stop looking back. The only thing looking back can do is keep us from moving forward. Because we're either looking back to something that we're beating ourselves up over, right? Still punishing ourselves for, which stops us from moving forward. Or we're living the highlights of our past. Living our big football high school years, which distracts us from growing now. Yeah, that was great, but that was back then. Get over it, okay? Today is today, and it's time to be who we are meant to be now. Next one, number 3, that I tell myself at 47 years old, if I could speak to my 20-year-old Pat, we stop caring so much. And for those who know me, that may go a little cross what you know of me, but listen to me for a second. What I mean by that, okay? Care about people, but don't care about what they think or say. Care about people, but stop giving a crap about their opinion. Their opinion is worth nothing. It's worth 0. It doesn't serve you. Stop caring so much what others think. Unfortunately, and this is the way of the world, unfortunately, most people in our lives get a little satisfaction about us not growing, us not expanding, us not succeeding. So why in the world should we give a crap at all about somebody who's not rooting for us? Make sense? Care about them, but don't care about what they have to say about you. Cool? Next one here, number 4 that I'd go back and tell myself, and I wish I knew this, because I spent a lot of time playing the role of a spectator. In life, be the creator, not the spectator. The spectator sits back and accepts what life delivers to them. Picture a spectator in a ballpark. They sit back, and when somebody does something good on the field, they'll cheer, ah! And when somebody does something bad, they'll boo! But they'll always react to what's being given to them. Screw that. Jump down on a ball field, grab a bat, and start swinging for the fence. See if you like the game or not. But at least you'll get some feedback, some evidence of what's going on. You'll start being the creator. Things will start reacting to you, responding to you, instead of you constantly responding to life. When we go through life as a spectator, all we can do is deal with what's given to us. As a creator, we choose what happens next. We choose the outcomes that we desire. Yeah, we have a little responsibility with that, I understand. But also, we get to choose, well, the life that we want. That's all. And then finally, and I'll steal this one that, I read this out of a little book called Flinch, okay? When challenges present themselves, which they do, not often, but they do. When challenges present themselves, don't flinch. You've got a moment of opportunity to step forward or step back. And in that time, the destiny of that opportunity will be determined. Either you'll step forward and open the door to at least experiencing what that opportunity has to offer, or you will step back and that door will slam shut, never to be opened again. That's how opportunities work. They have extremely short shelf life. They don't hang around for you to decide when sometime in the future you might be willing to take a look at it. As a matter of fact, most of them give you a split second. A split second is recognized. The second the opportunity presents itself, you get a chill of fear. That part's okay. That's normal. That's a signal that something's knocking. An opportunity's at the door. Like I said, you either open the door and step through it, or you step back, you cover up, you cringe. And that's when our dreams disappear. The universe has a wonderful way of aligning opportunities with our dreams. And it's our job to follow our dreams. Not somebody else's idea of what our dreams should or should not be, but our own dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could go back 27 years, those 5 things would be the first 5 things I would study and I would manifest in my life as soon as I could. Enjoy the ride. The rides go up and the rides go down. It's the struggles where we learn about life and the peaks where we celebrate life. Never look back. We take our lessons forward. The rest of the stuff doesn't matter. Stop caring about what other people think or say about you. It just doesn't matter. Create. Don't continue to be a spectator on the sidelines. All you can do is respond to something else somebody else is doing. And finally, when the universe aligns an opportunity with your dream, step through the door. Guys and gals, this is Patrick Precourt for this week's Friday Coffee Break. We'd love to hear your feedback and comments. Peace.